Hi everyone! In this episode, we are going to use Outfit Studio to add some partitions to a couple of meshes in our demo mod. And then we will use SSE Edit again to set up their priority values in the plugin so you can see how the partition priority system works to minimize clipping. Here's what we'll be doing in this video. This tutorial series is made for beginners, so I will be going slow and explaining in detail. If that's not what you're looking for, then this video may not be for you. Please note that if you are only working on body slide outfits, you will not have to worry about size 0 and size 1 NIFs. You can still use all the techniques in these videos, but you will instead be creating a body slide project that includes just one template NIF of the outfit. As we get started on this topic, I also want to call your attention to two great articles on partitions. Links to both of these are in the description, and I encourage you to check them out. I already gave an overview of partitions in video number 13 of this series, but let's recap and clarify a few things from that video. First, remember that partitions in Skyrim serve two purposes. In the armor record, they set up the equip slot, which is exclusive, meaning you can only wear one item at a time of a given equip slot partition. And second, in the ArmorAddon record, they set visibility priorities, which is not exclusive. So multiple items can be worn together, even if they share partitions in their ArmorAddon record. The first use, partitions as equip slots, is relatively easy to understand. Your character gets one item per equip slot, and trying to put on something else with the same equip slot will knock the first item off. Equip slot partitions are listed in the armor record of a plugin, and at least one of the equip slots listed there must be present in at least one of the meshes in the NIF. Generally, I advise putting only one equip slot in the armor record, so your character has maximum flexibility to wear lots of stuff together. With that said, you can list as many equip slots as you want, even if they are not in your NIF, in order to block other items from being worn at the same time. A good example of this are hats, helmets, and hoods. In unmodded Skyrim, you can't wear circlets with these items because most hats, helmets, and hoods include this circlet partition as an equip slot in their armor records, even though it is not included in the NIF. The second use of partitions is to determine visibility of items when they are worn together, and this is done using a priority system. These partitions, which are listed in the ArmorAddon record, are not exclusive like equip slots. If the same partition exists within two NIFs that are worn together, then the area of the mesh set to that partition will show if it has a higher priority value, and it will become invisible if it has a lower priority value. Importantly, the lower priority item will not be unequipped, it will just not show. In the ArmorAddon record, you should, at a minimum, list every partition that is present across all the meshes within the item's NIF. Otherwise, you will have missing bits in the game. You can also list partitions that are not in your NIF, and we'll talk more about this in the next video. There are some rules for how this affects the outcome, and it gets a bit complicated. For the exercise we're going to work on, I have made a new jeans mesh and included that as a miscellaneous download in the demo mod. Head over to the Simply for Practice mod, the link is in the description, and download the jeans meshes. The easiest approach is to select Mod Manager Download, and then install the new NIFs into the demo mod. In MO2, the process looks like this. Double-click the new download to install, keep the location as the Simply for Practice mod, and click OK. In the pop-up window, be sure to select Merge and not Replace. You can check that the files went to the right place by opening up the mod, clicking on the File Tree tab, then expanding the folders from Meshes, Simply Close, and Demo. In Vortex, it's slightly more complicated. First, download the genes using your mod manager. After it installs, filter for Simply for Practice so you can see the original mod and the new download. Hold down Shift and click on both mods, and then a new toolbar will show up underneath. Select Combine. In the pop-up window, make sure you have the main one selected, and then hit Continue. If you get another confirmation window, make sure it says Use Newer File up here at the top, and then click on Confirm. The genes have now been added into the main demo mod folder, so it's all together in one place. Alternatively, you can manually download the file and then extract the NIFs from the archive into the Simply for Practice mod folder. Be sure they end up in the Meshes, Simply Close, and then the Demo folder. It should look like this when you are done. There are 3 NIFs, and we are going to need them all to add this item into our game. The existing items in our demo mod only use one partition that also matches their equip slot. So there isn't anything interesting going on with partition priorities. But we're going to change that by adding some more partitions to both the jeans and the boots. Adding, deleting, or changing partitions in Outfit Studio is easy. We're going to add a new partition to the jeans and the boots and assign their overlapping vertices to this new partition so that we can use partition priorities in the plugin to make these 2 items look good when they are worn together. To get started, drag and drop the size 0 jeans into Outfit Studio. Then drag and drop the size 0 boots in as well. You can use whichever version you have in the demo folder. Select the jeans, click on the Partitions tab, then right-click and select Add Partition. It will automatically add 32 body as the new partition. But we don't want to use partition 32, so select it, and then change it to 38 calves in the Type drop-down menu, and hit Apply. Right now, all the vertices are still assigned to partition 49, as you can see since they are all red. We are going to set all the overlapping vertices of the jeans and the boots to partition 38. So select that partition, and then use your mouse to paint over the vertices you want to assign. They will turn red as they are selected. Technically, what we are painting here are the faces, or the polygons, that are created when you join vertices together. And if you look closely, you can see that that's how the red color actually appears. Paint all the way over the top of the boots because we want these jeans to cover the entire boot mesh that sits underneath. But at the bottom of the jeans, you don't have to paint too closely to the hem. Remember that anything we paint to this partition is going to become invisible when an item having polygons of the same partition and a higher priority value is worn with it. So just like zapping out parts of the body from underneath an item, you don't want to paint partition lines too close to the edges of the item. It's a good idea to leave a few rows of vertices to prevent having invisible gaps between outfit items. When you are all done painting the new partition, hit Apply. Now you can see that we have parts of the jeans mesh assigned to partition 49 and parts of it assigned to 38. Next, select the boots and repeat the process. I suggest turning the jeans to wireframe so you can see the vertices of the boots. With the boots mesh selected, click on the Partition tab, then right-click and add a partition. It adds 32 body again, but we want 38 calves, so change that and hit Apply. Then with partition 38 selected, use your mouse to paint the area where the jeans and the boots overlap. Paint everything that you want to disappear underneath the jeans. But be sure to leave a few rows of vertices around the bottom of the jeans. Since you can see part of the boots under the jeans here, you'll want to leave that visible section here assigned to the feet partition so that they don't disappear in the game. Once you are done, hit apply. And you can see that we now have the upper part of the boots assigned to 38 calves and the lower part to 37 feet. And that's all there is to it. Now we can just export both the jeans and the boots NIFs back into the demo mod. While I normally don't advise this, we're going to keep it simple and just go ahead and overwrite the originals. We can always set these partitions back to the way they were later on if we need to. So we've split the vertices in our size 0 meshes across two different partitions, the foot and the calves partitions for the boots, and the mod pelvis primary and calves partitions for our jeans. Now we need to copy these partitions over to the size 1 files so the boots and the jeans will weight slide properly. With the size 0 meshes still loaded into Outfit Studio, drag and drop both the size 1 jeans and the size 1 boots into the window. Then right-click on the size 0 jeans, which is the one we've already fixed, and select Set Reference. Next, right-click on the size 1 jeans and select Copy Partitions/Segments. You'll get a pop-up warning. Read it and then click OK. Then hide the size 0 jeans, select the size 1 jeans, and double-check that the partitions seem to have copied over correctly. If you want to see the vertices, you'll have to go back to the Meshes tab and click the pencil a couple of times. Now we have to do the same thing for the boots. Go ahead and hide both jeans meshes so we can see all of the boot. Then right-click on the size 0 boots that we already fixed and select Set Reference. Next, right-click on the size 1 boots and click on Copy Partitions/Segments. Click OK in the pop-up again. Turn the vertices back on if you want to see them. Hide the size 0 boots. Select the size 1 boots. And then check in the Partitions tab to make sure it looks like they copied over correctly. If everything looks good, then export the new size 1 jeans and size 1 boots. And once again, although I don't normally advise this, you can just put these right back in the demo mod and overwrite the originals. The last step is to check the NIFs and NIF scope to make sure the partitions match between the two sizes. Open the size 0 and size 1 NIFs for the jeans and check that all the vertex and triangle counts match for all the partitions. See video number 12 if you aren't sure how to do this. If the size 0 and size 1 NIFs do not have the same identical partitions assigned to the same identical polygons, you will end up with exploding meshes in the game. So it's critical that they match. This is easy to accomplish with simple meshes by copying partitions like we did for our jeans and boots. But for more complex meshes, like our demo top, copying partitions does not always work perfectly, and you can end up with mismatched size 0 and size 1 NIFs. If this happens, my suggestion is to use the size 0 item that you added the new partition to and recreate the other size from it. This can be done using sliders in Outfit Studio, and I will show you how to do this when we get to that topic later in the series. Alternatively, if you are a body slide user, just add the partitions to your body slide project NIF. Since body slide uses that single NIF as a template to create both sizes of the outfit, everything will match once you complete the building process. Before we can see our handiwork in the game, we need to do a few things to the demo mod plugin in SSE Edit. Please refer to videos number 24 through 27 if you have any trouble during this step. Open SSE Edit and then open up the demo mod plugin called Simply for Practice. Let's first add the jeans into the mod. Select the ArmorAddon for the demo pants, called Mom Tutorial Pants AA, and copy it as a new record into the Simply for Practice plugin. Then select the new AA record, double-click here on the line that says First Person Flags Sorted, and tick the box next to 38 calves to add this partition to the new Jeans ArmorAddon record. Then slow double-click here on the priority lines and set the priority values to 15. I will explain why in a bit. While we're at it, let's go ahead and set the male weight slider flag to enabled. These meshes are not yet made for men, but we've got the female NIF listed here, so they can technically be equipped by men even if they don't fit right. And speaking of the NIF, let's go ahead and change both of these paths to point to the new Jeans NIF. Next, copy the Demo Pants Armor record as a new record into the Simply for Practice plugin. Select the new Jeans Armor record, and first change the name to Demo Jeans. Then change the ground model file paths. Do not change the partition listed here in the Armor record because this, remember, is the Equip slot. We don't need to list every partition in our NIF here, and we should typically just pick one as the main Equip slot. The last thing to change is the armature, so scroll down to the bottom and find this field. Slow double-click on it, then select our new Jeans ArmorAddon record in the drop-down menu. And that's it for adding these new jeans into the game. Next, we need to fix up the boots record. We added the 38 calves partition to the boots NIF, and now we also have to add it to the plugin, or else the vertices we assign to that new partition are going to be invisible in Skyrim. Remember, you must include all the partitions used in your NIF in the ArmorAddon record. With the Simply for Practice ESP open in SSE Edit, select the Boots ArmorAddon record. Right now, only partition 37 is listed. So double-click on this line for First Person Flags Sorted, and tick the box next to 38 calves, and then click anywhere off the line to add that partition to the record. We already have a priority value of 10 listed here, which is what we want. Recall that we set the jeans partition priority to 15, and so that means that the vertices assigned to 38 calves in the jeans are going to override the 38 calves partition in the boots when those two items are worn together. In the game, what actually happens is that the calves partition of the boots will become invisible underneath the jeans calves partition. We could set it the other way around, with the boots having a higher priority than the jeans, but this does not work as well. You could tweak the boots mesh to fix that, but then the boots might look weird when they are worn with other pants. And the jeans would definitely look weird when worn with other boots. So I suggest making the jeans take priority over our demo boots, and incidentally, this will make them take priority over all vanilla Skyrim boots by having a priority value of 15 in the ArmorAddon record. Just like we did for the jeans, let's go ahead and enable the male weight sliding flag for the boots in our plugin. Right-click and select Edit, and then just tick the box. With that, we are done in SSE Edit. Click the three little lines up here in the left-hand corner and select Save. Make sure the Simply for Practice plugin is ticked on, and if there is anything else here that you did not mean to change, make sure you tick it off. And then click OK. Finally, click the little X in the upper right-hand corner to exit SSE Edit. And that's all the steps done, so now we need to get into the game. Alright, let's get into Skyrim and see how our new partitions work on these items. Start up the game and load in a female character. Then use the console to find the new jeans and add them to your inventory. Go ahead and also get the demo boots if you don't already have them in your inventory. Have a look and make sure you can see the ground model for the jeans, and then put them on and make sure they look okay. Open Race menu and check that the jeans weight slide properly. If anything looks wrong, double check both the NIFs and the plugin using the troubleshooting tips from videos number 24 and 27 to help. If the jeans look okay, then go ahead and put on the boots too. The upper part of the boots should now be invisible under the jeans, but you should still see the bottom of the boot that covers the foot. What's going on here is that all the vertices in the boots that we assigned to 38 calves are now being hidden by the 38 partition in the jeans, because we gave the jeans a priority of 15, which is higher than the boots value of 10. Since the jeans value of 15 is also higher than Skyrim vanilla boot values of 10, the jeans will also hide the 38 calves partition in many other boot meshes, as you can see here with these hide boots. With both the jeans and the demo boots on, open Race menu again and check the weight sliding. They should look good together at all body weights. A word of warning here, the game can be a little buggy when it comes to applying partitions. Sometimes it just won't happen when you start up the game. And in this case, you'll see ugly clipping because the partition priorities are not being applied. The fix is easy. Just save and then reload the new save. And in general, try to avoid using quick save because that has a greater tendency to break partition priorities. If your jeans and boots did not work out well, then here are some things to consider. First, confirm your understanding of how all of this works. Remember that what happens is that the partition with the lower priority will have all of the vertices assigned to that partition become invisible, even if they're not actually covered up by the item. Make sure that you actually set the vertices in the NIFs to the partitions that you want, and that you assigned just enough, but not too many of the vertices to the right partitions. Make sure all the partitions are listed in the ArmorAddon record. And make sure that you set the priority values appropriately in the ArmorAddon record as well. You should also understand that this probably will not work universally with every combination that you can put together, and partition priorities are best used on items that are meant to go together. And lastly, don't forget that there's a save and reload bug, and sometimes the partition priorities will simply not load properly into the game. Check all of these things, try again if necessary, and then test in the game again. You'll get the hang of this with practice. In this example, we focused on using the 38 calves partition to make pants and boots work well together. Another commonly used partition is the 34 forearms for gauntlets and sleeves. The process for setting those up is the same as what we did here, so feel free to play around with this. Just remember to set the priority values appropriately for how you want the items to interact when they are worn together, and with other items that use the same partitions. Thanks for hanging out with me and learning how to add partitions to your meshes in Outfit Studio. There's a lot more to partition priorities, and if you really want a deep dive, then I'll be doing that in the next video. Until then, keep experimenting and having fun with your outfit work. And I'll see you next time. Bye!